the Baller Scholar Podcast.
Hey, which team do you guys think will make the biggest jump?
There we go. That's definitely the right question.
The biggest jump.
The
Atlanta
question,
Hawks, hands
I
down.
was going to say the Hawks, too.
the team that will make the biggest jump from last season.
We're on the same page. I already know who's going to say
I'll
the
throw
next
Suns.
But
Suns. Well,
is it bigger than the Hawks?
Dude, the Hawks, they were like 6th pick, right? They're like a lottery pick.
question. Yeah.
Who did they draft?
Suns were a little.
Let's see.
They picked the center from USC. What's his name?
Oh,
Onyeka.
Onyeka.
I think
Which
that
is a weird fit, but
I think that the Pelicans.
Why did they draft a center when they have two?
I know they have
big men?
Capella.
I think the Pelicans are going to make the
Cap-
biggest jump.
I think Capella is also tradable. Very tradable.
But is like Onyeka gonna like fill that immediately?
Probably not. They also, they have a long list of big men.
Well, weren't they
DeAndre Hunter is
alternating?
kind of a stretch.
Weren't they alternating starting like John Collins at center and power forward depending on the team they
Yeah.
were playing?
Yeah.
Well, Capella's such like old.
But then they also have Bruno
Gonna...
Fernando.
And Scal.
Brian
Scalabrine.
Scalabrine. Can we talk?
Scal.
Returns out of retirement to play for the Atlanta Hawks.
And then
for
you have they can have
50 mil a
actually
season.
field a really good small ball lineup.
If you had cap space, would you sign Brian Scalabrine just because you can?
Jersey
white
sales.
number.
Brings in some
15
money.
mil for a year.
15 mil.
No, you could go. John Collins stretches the floor more, so and you have Gallinari. Like they have a lot of size in their front court. Bogdan's what, like 6'7"?
Something like that, yeah.
I think Minnesota could have a really big jump. Just because.
With an ant.
Dude, I didn't realize Malik
And-
Beasley is in like legal trouble right now.
Yeah,
Did you read about that?
Yeah.
Oh no.
He could
That
be
was-
like they just signed him like 4 years, 60 mil,
What?
and
did he
he's
do?
like could be charged with a felony.
No, but it's not going to end up happening.
Probably. I mean,
think
I
it
don't
was,
know.
I think it was he had like a
It was like domestic disturbance.
no.
or
I thought
something.
it was drugs.
Well, that too.
Oh,
That's
the drugs
thing.
are fine though. I'm pretty sure it was
It
just
was like a pound and a half of
yeah,
weed.
yeah. There's like a lot of
Which
weed.
I don't know what that
domestic
looks like.
violence, substance
And-
abuse, gun possession.
In Oregon, that'd be fine.
Not the domestic abuse.
My fault.
No.
I don't know about.
My fault. That was something else. It was drug possession and threats of violence in his Minnesota home.
Yeah, they said they were doing like a tour of homes, and they like came to his house, and he came out with like a gun and was like, "Get off my property," and then they found like drugs in his house. So
And there's
Malik
that
Beasley is a
in
question
Minnesota-
mark.
in
Is my
Minnesota?
point for.
And just like that,
Going
the
into the
Timberwolves are
season.
not making
But-
the biggest jump.
It
But
could be like
healthy
with,
everybody else.
if Hayward. It's like with Hayward getting hurt and Tatum and Brown got more minutes. Like, and Edwards comes in
Yeah.
from like Beasley.
It's funny. Evan.
I mean, it
Turner-
depends on Ant Edwards, I guess, because even with a healthy everybody else,
Jarrett Culver. Does he take a
yeah,
big step
He
up?
could. He could. You never know. But even with a healthy D'Lo and Cat, I don't really think that they're gonna
How healthy was D'Lo last year?
not
Not
very.
healthy, right?
Oh no, he was decently healthy. I
How
don't
many
think he
games
was
did
like.
play?
He probably played a good amount actually.
You also have that Spanish
12
connection between
for
Rubio
Minnesota
and,
and
Gomez
33
now.
for Golden State.
Yeah,
So like
he
45
played like
and
almost. He probably played like
62.
almost every game.
Wow, his era in Golden State is like very forgettable.
He dropped. What was it? He dropped like
He had a
50,
he had a 50
but
point,
like
yeah.
that was it.
Yeah.
And they didn't win anything. So
Jake Layman too. He's back.
what is
healthy.
Minnesota's starting five? Because I put
Well, if there's no Malik Beasley, then I think it's easier. Because I think then you just bring D'Lo to the.
they're not
point
gonna have
guard.
like size other than Cat. Like
Well,
I don't know who you start at 4, unless you just do 4 out.
Yeah,
You know?
I think you would.
That was my problem when I was trying to do like a.
You might do. I don't know. Layman's bigger. Culver's bigger.
I still have Evan Turner on there. Can get rid of him. Yeah, I don't know.
Or
They-
Spellman. Hernan Gomez and Ricky Rubio now have this cool Spanish connection, though.
True.
That you don't have on.
I like Rubio. Like I think he could be
Help.
good for
no, I don't see this
putting
team.
Russell off the ball.
Oh, I forgot they got Ricky Rubio. Yeah, I mean, I still don't see this team making any jump, like significant jump.
I don't
They
see them making
don't
the
have any bench really. You
You just go Cat 45 minutes a game.
Josh
when
Okogie.
Nas
Okogie,
Reed is their
40
backup
In
center,
a
he
deep
doesn't-
Western Conference, I don't think they make the
yeah,
playoffs.
they can't.
Did you see Bleacher Report did like the top? They did the rankings for the Western Conference, and Warriors were 9. What do you think about the Warriors making the playoffs or not?
It's gonna depend on Curry.
I think that they should easily make the playoffs
Easily.
without injury and everyone being healthy. I mean, obviously Clay's out, but I think that with Curry, Green, Wiseman, and Wiggins, I feel
Oubre.
like that's and Oubre. Oh, that they should.
Brad
easily,
Wanamaker.
That's a huge one. They should easily.
Honestly, Brad Wanamaker, I feel like was kind of a sneaky good signing for them.
I actually think that that's like not like the
Free
ninth,
throw percentage leader in the
ninth-
league.
Dude, not with was it Nico?
And Nico.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
with
ninth
Nico.
ninth
And
ranked
Justinian
team, though.
Jessup.
I think that's actually pretty fair.
It's interesting
ranking the ninth.
because
9.
Nico, James Wiseman, like they both attended the Steph Curry camp at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, so they already have like a
Rapport.
relationship with him.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I think
I don't think Nico will do
Curry's
much.
going to have to average like 30 a game.
Yeah, pretty close.
Probably.
Well, Nico's on a two-way, right?
Yeah.
So he won't do much. Yeah.
Nico Mannion is starting opening day.
Eric
For Steph
Pascal.
Curry, over Steph Curry.
Kevin Looney, Eric Pascal.
I mean,
I can't find that list.
I think they'll
don't
be
know
like
who
7
posted
through
it.
10.
Kent Bazemore's a pretty good bench player. So
Yeah, I feel like this is kind of like a prove it moment for Steve Kerr. Like if this team makes the playoffs, I'm impressed with him. But if they don't, I feel like he's not as good as we thought.
It's interesting.
yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I think that
I think he's good at it.
I think that he would have to, if you really, like, it's a prove it season, as like he would have to make the playoffs as like better than like an 8 seed. You know, Like, I
Mhm.
feel like it would have to be like a 5 seed or
Well,
better.
It's tough when the West is so close. Like the difference between like 5 and 8 can be like
That's
3
true.
wins.
That's true. Yeah. I mean,
Because like, I
yeah.
could have coached that Warriors team with KD,
It's-
like 4 All-Stars. You could just sit on the bench, like you don't have to do anything.
and there also
Yeah.
are a lot like
It was a lot of
there's lots of-
off-ball,
yeah.
like just like running around
Yeah.
in circles until one guy got open.
They're gonna miss Klay Thompson a lot, though. I feel like
Yeah.
with all that off the ball stuff, like I don't think Wiggins can't do that. Kelly Oubre's not gonna do that.
No, there's no one
Draymond,
in this bench. that
Draymond
could
looked
do it.
kind of gross this year.
No, Draymond, I think, is like very. I think 2K gave him like a 78 rating for the year, which is probably like
78.
Yeah, which is probably like right where
He's got all the
should be,
intangibles. though.
Just after last season, he can do a lot, but it doesn't even show up on a 2K
His assist
rating.
numbers, I mean, most of them are like pass to Curry, pass to Clay, hit a 3. So
Well, I think that this is actually is a good point of I don't really know if you could consider it a really big jump,
mhm.
but I mean, I think that you kind of can
With
even-
Warriors?
With the Warriors,
Well, yeah, I like technically based on like last year's record.
yeah, exactly, yeah.
They probably will.
And Steph played 5 games total,
Yeah. So
but
if he stays healthy, I mean, what are projections for Wiseman?
I think
Is he like 10 and 10
maybe like
more?
12 and 8.
we might project him a little bit higher than might end up. I feel like it could end up being like a
I mean,
Clyde
he's-
Edwards-Helaire kind of thing,
I
where
think
he's just
yeah,
like
we're
on
saying
such a
great
good
scheme.
team where you're like, no way he has a bad
I mean, he's gonna have like
season, but
probably dunks and like layups mostly.
he should
free
be.
throws.
He should be.
Steph
he
Curry
should be
in
pretty
like
good.
with a situation where he can throw lobs might be a little interesting too.
That's. I mean, they've
He
never
hasn't-
had
No, you think Zaza
Bogut.
Bogut, Lee,
was JaVale?
JaVale.
JaVale.
JaVale was catching
JaVale was
lobs,
like
yeah.
was like fine, but James Wiseman's obviously more athletic and more.
Mhm.
JaVale
of a
wasn't.
threat.
Was he starting? I don't think he was. I think
No.
Kevin Looney was starting over him.
It's
mean,
very,
Kevin Looney's-
very forgettable.
Yeah. So I think James Wiseman's like a big step for them to actually have like a legitimate
Yeah,
big
definitely.
man. Like, I mean, he's fair. Like he's athletic. He can run the floor.
Can James Wiseman shoot?
Fairly well.
I mean, he's only played 3 games in college, right? We haven't seen like his sample size is tiny.
I'd be willing to say a lot. Like those guys who only played 3 games, a lot of them could be busts too.
Mm-hmm. Wiseman took 1 3,
You don't know
In
how
3 games at
injury-prone
Memphis.
they are and
So.
stuff.
and he
Yeah.
missed it. If you're curious,
Yeah, but he also
It's pretty good.
over 1.
I think if we're going to stick to the same question, that the Pelicans,
Let's take a look at the
especially
Pelicans.
since they didn't make the playoffs at the end of the
Right.
But you
at
have
the
a
end of the
full
bubble.
season at Zion now.
I think a full season with Zion, and they got better at point guard
Would
with
you-
Bledsoe instead of Lonzo. Maybe Lonzo coming off the bench.
Yeah.
That could actually help Lonzo.
I think we're gonna see a huge year out of Zion.
Would you like game manage him, like minute manage him?
At first, probably, but not like they
Why?
were doing in the bubble.
He's had a long off.
Yeah, but
Injuries?
but not like they were doing in the bubble.
Yeah.
The bubble was
'Cause he-
ridiculous.
yeah.
The bubble, like he played like 10 minutes a game for the first 3 games.
Super boring.
Why does BasketballReference.com have Xanos in parentheses?
They also put their nicknames, which
Yeah,
I
that's
like.
one of his
I haven't
nicknames.
heard like 90% of them.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any
Yeah,
sense.
yeah.
Is it in reference to our dearly beloved Thanos?
Yes,
I mean,
Who
if
calls
you were
him
to compare,
Xanos?
one person
All-
called him that one time.
It's
and-
like-
even
gotta be one
Adam
of those-
probably will call him that like when he first meets.
It's got to be one of those like shitty Bleacher
Xanos,
Report
mate.
like nicknames.
Spicy P.
Spicy P. The Brody. The Brody
All right.
like with Westbrook is like one of the things that pisses me off most about the NBA. That is the worst nickname ever.
I don't think Zion got enough credit for the 24 games he played. He averaged 22, 6, and 2 for 24 games. As like, how old is he? 19 years old.
How many minutes?
How many minutes?
too?
Yeah,
His per like 36,
It's-
48.
it's-
You gotta be nuts.
I think it's 30 and 10.
It's,
yeah.
So if he were to actually play 36 minutes, he would. I feel like he would get that too.
Yeah.
But that's definitely not like an
27
inflated.
minutes. 24,
Yeah, he played
22 points on
27.
27 minutes.
So it's like a little more than half a game.
I mean, I didn't even bring up the fact that they also got Steven Adams.
Yeah.
Oh,
Who I like a lot. I mean,
So like
you know.
they should be.
they're in the playoffs.
Yeah, they should be in the play. Well, that's the thing though, and then you have to think about like
It's a great
the other.
roster,
You have to
but-
think about like the Nuggets, Rockets, Jazz. Not even like the
Clippers,
better team. Not even
Lakers,
not even like
yeah.
the Clippers and the Lakers at that point because you know they're gonna make it.
Phoenix, you would.
Phoenix
think
could
should.
make it, yeah. But then you have to think about the teams that are out. Thunder out.
Out.
Mavericks are
Oh,
iffy.
they're- you think?
Well, just because there's.
I mean,
so
they're in the
many-
mix.
They're definitely in the mix, but
They haven't done anything this offseason. I feel
Yeah.
like to really put them over. Brandon Ingram gets max contract. Good idea.
definitely a good
I
idea.
think he's worth that.
Yeah.
How much does he
has
improve?
One good year, right? And they give him a max.
I
yeah,
mean,
but like
I
one good year, like from him is wicked impressive.
Yeah.
Especially like he was like under the shell in the Lakers the whole time.
and I also
Yeah.
think that it was impressive what he did when Zion came. I remember that I thought that he was gonna not really like irrelevant, but
Yeah.
like fall off, and he didn't like he really didn't fall off at all.
He made himself relevant.
Yeah.
They must have had a ton of money, right? Because they're not paying. Their team is so
No.
young.
No,
How
and they
how
just
much
gave
did Steven Adams just get.
He's like 235.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're very young. So they got. I mean, Zion obviously is going to be a max.
They must
Bledsoe's
be,
probably
in terms of
decent
average
amount.
age. They must be up there.
I don't know what you do with Lonzo. I guess come off the bench and like if he can figure out how to shoot the ball,
Why
try and be a facilitator.
Bledsoe really starts over
It's-
Alonso?
Yeah.
That's actually that's a good
Maybe go
question
Bledsoe off the
because
bench.
Lonzo and Zion seem to have pretty good chemistry when it
Mhm.
came to like lobs.
But when it gets
Yeah.
to the point where
Passing.
Zion isn't missing
All
a
yeah,
ton of game time, like they'll
Yeah.
be on the same
Right.
At
rotation
points.
at one point or
yeah,
another.
exactly.
Well, the
That's
thing
true.
is, like, this is gonna be true with all the teams where it's like, do you start your 5 best players and like figure it out, like, or do you start whoever fits best position and like defensively, and then who like runs your second unit? Like maybe you want Eric Bledsoe more as like a scorer on your second unit to like run that as like a veteran versus Lonzo.
Is
Yeah.
Bledsoe is Lonzo a good defender?
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
He's really
Look,
good.
His stat line was 12, 6, and 7 last year.
That is pretty
Bledsoe
good.
was
Which-
15 and 4 and 5.
It's 12, 6, and 7, but with like
Well, Bledsoe's a good defender
in
too.
in the place where Lonzo was last year, like it should have probably been better than 12, 6, and
Probably.
7.
I think he'll,
Right.
he'll
Ingram
Well, especially
boost his
without-
scoring, I
Yeah,
would think.
and-
Without Zion,
Ingram-
what percentage did he shoot from 3 or just from the floor in
from
general?
the floor, 40%. From 3, 38.
like Ingram
not
took
bad.
the
That's a
jump,
good-
so like
that's a
you
good
kind of
season.
had to like Lonzo needed a bit more of a jump for me to be like,
Mhm.
yeah, he's gonna have a good
Well,
year.
well, I think for like who he is, we wanted to see him have a better season. But
Yeah,
now that like those stats they kind of make me think that Lonzo might start. I feel like Eric Bledsoe fits in better with like the second unit too.
Yeah.
Either way.
They drafted a point guard too.
Oh yeah.
Well, I don't know how much time he'll get. And then JJ Redick, I feel like if he just does his thing, I mean, he's fine off the ball most of the time. And then I like Jackson Hayes. I don't know if he'll like contribute much, but he's kind of
Yeah, he's a
with
cool
Steven Adams there. I feel like that
lob
could help.
catcher, rim protector.
It's definitely. I don't think you can say that they're going to make the biggest jump because I don't think that they're going to.
No, they would have to be like top 3.
Yeah, exactly. They'd have to be like a 5, 4, 3 seed, but because they were only like the 10 seed maybe, and like that was really close. It was a really close race. So, I mean, they can't make the biggest jump. I don't think,
So
but they could
Hawks,
definitely make a good
sounds
jump.
like.
Yeah, I think Hawks at the end of the day.
Okay, so then which team takes the biggest step back?
I mean, I think
For you.
that it's got to be the Thunder. Yeah.
Well, yeah, due to those
They literally
circumstances.
sent everyone out.
Do the Thunder win double-digit games this season? 72-game season. Do
Yes,
they win
only
10?
because like it's gonna be a weird season.
All right.
I don't even know if the
Who
roster
they
we're
still
looking at,
have?
though. Like, I feel like they'll flip George Hill probably, if not now, like trade deadline.
I don't
Al
know. I don't know
Horford.
if they can win 10 games.
Like,
Holy-
this roster is tough.
Holy cow.
Their bench, they have to have the worst bench in the entire league. It's not even close. Vincent
Poirier,
Poirier.
Roberson.
Mike Muscala.
I like
Justin-
Ty
They even
Jerome.
lost.
I
They even
do like
lost
Ty Jerome.
Abdel.
Yeah.
Abdel Nader would have had a good year with his team.
He would have. He probably would average like 14.
Yo, Dort kind of went off in the playoffs.
Mhm.
Yeah.
This
Like one
is-
game.
Justin Jackson might even like
He could have a good
start
season.
eventually if George Hill like drops out shy to the 1, Lou at the
Well,
2,
didn't Hamidou Diallo start at times too?
Probably.
Terrence Ferguson was starting.
Yeah.
He started 3
Terrence
games.
Ferguson.
Diallo.
Where's Terrence Ferguson now?
He got traded in the Danny
Bucks?
Green deal.
Oh,
I think
To
he's at
Philly.
Philly. He's at Philly. It was for Al Horford.
I think
That was a weird way to include him.
Shai will be the top scorer, right?
Yeah, I
he'll
think
be
he's
the
just going to be primary
overall
ball
guy.
handler.
Over
Oh,
under,
and then-
like 24 points a game, 22 points a game for him.
Shy.
Yeah,
I think like just shot volume he has to put
he
up.
has to.
I
think
don't
it has
know.
to be over 22 points.
He'll be inconsistent. I think it's gonna be under.
Well, because he's going to be the focus of every defense.
Well,
Yeah, I think you'll find him at like 18 a game, and then
Al Horford
maybe
averages 35 in a huge
Al Horford
comeback.
has-
Comeback player of the year, Al Horford.
no, I don't. I think he has to be over 22. He can't take a step back. He's
You
literally
wouldn't
gonna.
think, but
He
But without Chris Paul.
he averaged 19 points on 14 field goals per game.
Yeah.
14 field goals per game. He's got to be taking at least 18.
But his shot quality is going to be down because
Yeah, it
like
will
Chris
be.
Paul, he's going to have to be like the primary shot.
It will
maker,
be.
You know,
big season from
At the
Darius
same time, though,
Beasley.
like they're not like
could be.
they got to be one of the worst teams in the league, but they still have
I
like
mean, they're gonna be-
something. They still have George Hill. They still have Al Horford, and they're both. Well, George Hill
And
can
they're
shoot.
vets.
Al Horford can
So
be there.
damn, how many trades is that?
But you have
One?
to respect like Sam Presti's like committed to a rebuild, like full on.
Yeah,
when you
but
see there are a lot of teams now that are like half in, half out.
They had 11.
it makes sense. I
trades.
mean, I respect it because he knows that Chris Paul
He's-
wasn't gonna bring him to
He dead
championship
ass did
ever.
like the 2K
It's a smart.
trade finder for like every single player on their team, except for
11
Shai.
trades.
It's definitely. It's got to be. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a good
Wait,
trade.
where did?
What do you
for
think?
sure?
What do you
What
think?
did-
Is,
Sorry, go.
I was just gonna make a joke about Al Horford.
That's like the Zoom call.
What do you think?
It's fine, we'll
running
cut
through
that out
Al
in post.
Horford's head right now.
Yeah.
Bullet.
How?
We're gonna
over
cut that
under-
out too.
How many games before Al Horford kills himself this year?
Plus or minus 32 and a half.
Wait, but he's still getting paid because he's on the same.
Yeah, he's
contract.
making like whatever the Sixers like
Wait.
shelled out for him.
Wait, where did Admiral Schofield go?
Oh, he's. I think he's on the Thunder too. I don't know if you. I didn't include him as a
It says
bench.
he's here on this, like he got traded, but it doesn't say he's on the Thunder.
Well, it's like it
Oh,
depends
Yeah, he's
if,
on
you,
the Thunder.
if you consider him like a bench contributor or not. Which
He can
like,
be cool.
I like him. Might as well. I mean,
Yeah,
with this
maybe.
roster, you might as well just throw everyone in, see what happens. If they had Billy Donovan, I would have more faith in them. maybe.
Al Horford.
But you have a coaching change too.
27.5 million,
Wow.
Oh
and then
my
27,
God, bro.
and then 26.5.
What the Sixers are out of their minds, bro. Was that Elton
4
Brand?
years,
That
110
was-
million.
That
Yeah.
signed him to that.
Yeah.
Would you take him back on the Celtics right now
No.
With that contract?
with vet Mim? Like if they waived him?
Yeah.
No.
Vetman, yeah.
Brian says no.
But I mean,
I think
Vetman, I feel like you have
mean,
to. But
yeah.
at the same time,
I'm not
2.6, you can get
interested.
Dwight Howard for
Alright.
2.6.
So-
Al Horford, same thing.
So we have $28 million to spend on the Celtics.
Yep.
Who is that going to?
No one right now.
Facts.
They have it until the end of next offseason.
Would you not do it? Try and find something now, or would you wait?
I mean, who do you pull it on? I mean, who's there, like?
I think you have to go.
Oh, so they're gonna wait till like best case scenario. They probably think that their roster.
I mean,
is
next free agent class is like packed.
fine. Okay.
Can it be a free agent, or does it have to be through a trade? Because
Is
there's a
it-
trade exception. Is it just like cap space?
Maybe it is trade.
I don't understand
then,
the inner workings of this mid-level
Yeah, we
exception
need
or whatever
some-
it is.
We need some.
Get There's not even.
Some
Is there an
nerd.
expert on that? Like I was gonna say like Waj or something, but he doesn't know. He just reports it. I feel like. No offense to Waj or anything.
he's got to know. He's got to know.
I would love to have I would have Waj as a part of one of my
Who actually
contacts.
knows that all this crap, bro? GMs,
Danny Ainge, hopefully.
Danny Ainge.
Probably not either.
Top
Who's
10
to
free
say?
agents still available. You got Anthony Davis, Shabazz Napier,
And number 2, Shabazz Napier.
Shabazz
Oh,
Napier.
All right,
yeah,
then the
that's-
conversation's
no.
over. The
Rondé
conversation's
Hollis
over.
They can-
Jefferson,
they can
Glenn
trade,
Robinson.
right?
Yeah.
Like you could still deal something to try and get like
I don't know.
I don't know what position you
Shaquille
target.
Harrison.
I would like an
Dedmon.
established shooter
Yeah.
that could spread the floor and like knock down open threes. Like that would be marvelous. Because I don't think like this like Neesmith isn't like who knows if he can shoot at like the NBA level. Who knows if Carson Edwards can shoot at the NBA level?
Yeah, that's tough. As much
Grant
as you wanna
Williams.
see him.
That dude had like one good March Madness,
I mean, it was a
one good
sick March
preseason game.
Madness.
like
though.
Shabazz Napier.
Yeah. So Shabazz' claim to fame is
How
they
much did he
drafted him
score
to
in
keep
that preseason
LeBron.
game?
Carson?
34.
Something like that. 31, 29.
It's like, yeah.
Which of these like rookie? Well, I guess which of the sophomores, meaning like Carson, Romeo, Grant. I guess Rob Will's not a sophomore, but we'll throw Rob Will. Like which one of them takes the biggest jump?
Rob Will, I think. Well, a lot of people are
Rob
fixed.
Will or
Just as in
Grant
young
Will?
people, or
I think just like in the group of younger guys on the team that aren't Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people are high on Romeo.
Yeah, won't really play though.
But I don't know. I'm not a big fan of him.
I don't think Brad Stevens is a big fan of him.
You could try to convert him into that Brad Stevens like ball handler, wing, and big thing, but
Yeah.
they had him as a wing last year. But now that their point guards are Teague and Kemba,
Mm-hmm.
Smart you could consider too, but he could find some minutes as like a third point guard. But I think Rob will play the most amount of minutes. He'll be like behind Thompson with Tice. I don't know. I think they all could be poised for a great year. I'm not thinking Carson Edwards can do anything. Grant Will could be a really good defensive contributor, and then
I think it depends on what you consider a great year.
yeah,
Like a decent step forward, you think?
yeah, like great year. In
'Cause I don't think
terms
any of them
what
are gonna
they-
have, like-
no.
Well, they don't have
Big
to do
years.
much with like the roster they
Yeah.
have. They just have to be able to
I don't think
fill in like
with
second
the team
quarter.
they have, none of them will become starters.
Kind of
this year.
sucks though. Like why? Like
'Cause
they-
they're-
what?
they
Like
probably-
they need to. I mean, they didn't. We have no bench. We didn't really do
No.
much to fix it.
Well, the thing is, it's
You
like
got
We got rid
Teague
of
now, which
we got
is cool.
we got rid of Brad, and
Yeah.
Brad. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of Brad, obviously, but like
Solid
that's not
guy.
like that. Yeah, exactly. It's
What
not
are-
that much of an upgrade,
How is
even
Teague,
if at all. If at all,
how is Teague defensively?
not.
he's like
Yeah.
old.
Yeah, he's old, and I remember that like
Well,
whenever I was like looking at them in fantasy, like
Yeah.
Timberwolves, whenever he was on them, the Pacers
Yeah.
when he was on them, they were always like the 28th
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
against point guard.
to make up for
That's
that,
not just him, but
to make up for that, they have like Shemi on the bench that can guard
Yeah.
everything that Teague misses.
Some people just stand behind everyone who gets dribbled by and just swat it. Third row.
Bro, Semi's not on here.
So a trade, it's
Good.
all right.
Do you consider him a bench
Good.
contributor? Brad loves him. He plays far more than he should.
They're like, oh, he's gonna stop Giannis this week, and then like he
Semi
goes
is
in.
the
Yeah.
Oh my
star.
like the equivalent of like
shutdown.
Jay Crowder when Jay Crowder was here. How they were like, oh, Jay Crowder's going to stop LeBron.
No,
Yeah.
but Jake Crowder could like at least fucking hold his own.
Yeah, that's true.
And now he gets
He held his
now
own
he gets
against
guarded
the
by
playoffs.
Kemba Walker.
The thing is, this is the problem the Celtics have had for like the past 3-4 years, where it's like in the playoffs you need your top 7 guys to be great, and they just never have had like a really strong 5, 6, 7, and like none of these guys seem to be able to fill that yet. And it's either they need to like consolidate talent and trade some of the young guys for like a proven like bench guy, or try and develop them, at least give them a little more playing time and see what they can do. Because I feel like Semi Ojeleye eating away minutes instead of like Romeo's like not going to be good for like their future.
Here's some trade exception names. So basically what happens is, you were right, Matt, like they can take on a player in a trade and then ignore matching salaries with the opposing team.
Right.
And then like it has to be under that trade exception, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So they couldn't trade for someone like Paul George, but they could get someone like Gary Harris. They could get somebody
Right.
like let's get some more names in here. Aaron Gordon.
Those don't excite me enough.
I'd rather have
No.
2 to 3 solid guys than like one like guy at 20.
I feel like that-
Just because we need a bench.
I feel like that
Yeah.
trade
Yeah.
exception,
Like-
it wouldn't
But
be
can we
bad.
do that? Can you do that?
Yeah, you can split it up, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, probably.
But going back, like, what other teams do you think take a step back?
Besides the Thunder, you got to think that, I don't know. There's
I mean, I guess we can say like, well, I was gonna say the Magic. Is that what you were gonna
Yeah.
say? Magic, just because of like the East did get better, and then the Nets are back, and then I mean, I
Magic
think that
brought
the
their
Hawks
guys
could
back.
potentially get. And that's the thing though. Orlando Magic fan right here, but
Where, bro?
sorry.
Comes out representing Orlando Magic.
I think that
Right on,
the
all
Heat
right.
the Heat take a step back too. I think. I mean,
really?
they're
well,
not. I don't think they're.
I mean, they started at the
like
6th
yeah,
seed.
exactly. Like a regular season step back though. Oh wow.
How about the Raptors without Ibaka and
Marcus All.
Gasol?
I don't think they missed much with Marcus Gasol, but with Ibaka,
though,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, I like Ibaka.
Yeah, I mean,
I think you could have
they should take like a step back just because of how
Aaron
good
Beasley.
of a
like Cinderella story season. They
yeah
had.
yeah
Right.
exactly.
I think you have
Another
like
year out.
someone like Boucher has like a jump. He's cool.
I mean, I still like their roster a lot. Like Norman Powell gets more minutes. He was like really annoying in the playoffs
Bro,
with his
and-
thin ass mustache.
and they got Aaron Baines. So
And you have Aaron Baines,
What
who's
villain does he look
an
like, bro?
some from like an animated movie,
Norman Powell.
like Spies in
No, he looks
Disguise.
like that.
You know that
Powell,
movie?
really.
Norman
Oh.
Powell look-alike. Spy in
Right.
Disguise. Will Smith's
right,
character.
Right. No. No, I thought it was
Huge
something
animated
from
guy,
the
Scott.
Marvel movies.
He just has like the Butler mustache. But anyway, if he gets a lot of minutes, I mean, he's going to be scoring. I think he could average like
Okay.
15 to 20 a game.
Norman Powell.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys-
Norman Powell averaged like
15 to 20 though. How much? What did he average?
like 16
in the bubble or just the season?
in the season, 16 flat.
I didn't know that, and
Yeah.
I agree with you now. You sold me.
And his nickname, according to Basketball Reference, is Stormin' Norman. What else do you need?
That's exactly what I call him. That's how I know him.
This is an NBA champion we're talking about.
We also forgot to mention on the big jump teams. I think the Wizards. John Wall's back. Bradley Beal and him, and then a big jump from Roy Hachimura.
Mm-hmm.
I like him a lot. I think they could be a good
He
team
was on my fantasy
Do they keep
team all year.
Wall and Beal?
I
If
It
they
seems like
if they
they're
keep him,
shopping
yeah.
Wall.
I thought they were blowing it up. If anyone's out there, check up Spies in Disguise. Let me know if he looks like Norman Powell or not.
Yeah, he does. What the hell?
he does look like wow.
Thank you.
You got a really good picture too.
Oh, you have Mo Wagner.
Maybe
Like
that
that
would be
little
the cover
Davis
photo of
Bertans.
this,
Ish
of this
Smith is
episode.
kinda good.
Yeah, he is.
Powell, if you're listening, if you shave a goatee, it'll be absolute identical.
Davis Bertans.
Is that the villain?
They should be.
No,
They
no,
should
no,
be
that's
good.
Will Smith's
They
kid.
They should be good. I mean, Thomas Bryant's not. He did go
I
off
kinda like
in the
him.
bubble. I like him too, but
Oh,
they
they
don't-
also
they
you
only
have to
play him like
remember
25 minutes a game.
they also got Denny.
Very good.
Oh, is he gonna play this year?
Huge.
That'd be I would hope so.
They got who?
Denny, the
The Israeli guy.
Why would he not?
Oh.
COVID or something?
Is he like committed to playing the NBA?
Oh.
Because I
Oh, I
mean,
think
I
you
would
have
assume
to.
so. I
A
would
top
assume
9 pick. That's tough
Yeah.
if they didn't like a draft and stash. And then there's also
I mean, they don't really have a
Wall,
bench.
though.
They have no
Are
bench.
they?
your boy Cassius Winston,
Yeah.
5-year starter at Michigan.
Been there for same time Perry Ellis has been in college
Yeah.
basketball.
Well,
Do you
no,
do?
because Perry Ellis is still there.
That's true. Actually, he'll get drafted. He'll be like top 5.
9th-year redshirt
2027.
I figured out the true lookalike for Norman Powell. Sorry, I'm still on that. Do you know Michael Mando, the actor?
Oh yeah, for Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
He's also from Spider-Man Homecoming.
In the Norman Powell biopic, he'll be played by that guy.
Yeah, it's actually a spitting image.
Raul
Okay, moving on.
Neto.
Except Norman Powell's probably like 6'8".
Another,
So-
but another realistic team that could take a step back.
Mhm.
I want to say the Sixers.
All right,
They're like just
I don't know, dude.
not even a step back. I just don't like them.
I want to say the same
That's
thing.
fair.
Everyone is saying they got better, but how does adding
I think
Danny
they
Green
did.
to your roster make you better?
Not Danny Green. Maybe
Curry?
Danny Green. Danny Green got a bad rep on the Lakers, but I
don't-
still think
their-
he's a
their
solid
starting
guy.
Five is not like that great. I don't know. I'm
I
not
think-
I'm not a huge believer in the Simmons being a mini LeBron talk from Dwight Howard.
Well, LeBron shot threes in the NBA, so Ben Simmons
Yeah.
has yet to prove that. I do think Doc Rivers is an upgrade from Brent Brown. I think him taking a shot at like trying to figure out how Ben Simmons and like Embiid work offensively.
Oh, and they have Dwight Howard.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Seth
Is that
Curry,
why
I
he's-
think, fits better as like the JJ Redick kind of. I mean, he shoots like lights out. If you look at his numbers, it's crazy. I know Tobias is overpaid, but he's still like a solid, starter. Matisse Thybulle is kind of cool.
This team doesn't go anywhere though.
I don't think they're like a title contender.
Who do they
probably.
beat in the playoffs?
I mean,
Like, can they?
the thing is, it
obviously-
depends on if Embiid is like God mode Embiid, where he's like 30 and 15. Because like very few teams have someone that can guard Embiid if he's like playing really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but. I don't
And
know.
defensively, like they're not going to be easy to score on.
Matisse off the bench too. Matisse, I don't know if Matisse can figure out a shot, like that wouldn't
Mhm.
be bad.
They should have held on
Korkmaz.
to
Ferguson,
Shake Milton can score.
yeah, I like him a lot.
what did they get in a trade for what's his name?
Al,
Um,
Josh Richardson.
hang on.
It's only 3 trades, unless you're talking like
No,
before.
I'm talking a long time ago. Markel Fultz. What'd they get for that trade?
Nothing. I don't think,
Yeah.
because he was bad. He's not
It's,
bad
like,
anymore.
though. Is
It
that
was,
gonna be,
I like
it was probably
Markelle
like
Fultz.
James Ennis or something like that.
Who re-signed with the Magic, bringing them back.
do the Sixers look
Was
back
he?
in
Did maybe
5
maybe he
years?
was never off the Magic.
I have no idea.
I think James Ennis
is
was
one
on
of
the
those
Sixers
guys
last
that,
year,
like
I think.
starts every game for a team, and you're like, all right, guy. Yeah, I don't think the Sixers make it past like the second round, but
I feel like health and injuries is a huge thing for them, as always, though, too.
yeah, both Ben Simmons and Embiid.
Yep.
Let's talk rookie of the year and biggest steal of the draft. I think those are
Mm-hmm.
two very different.
LaMelo Ball is both.
Wow.
Should have gone number 1.
No, I mean, I will be curious to see. I think he'll be like the streakiest, where some games he'll be like, LaMelo Ball is like the sickest guy ever and should have gone 1, like no doubt. And then he'll have games where like this guy should have gone second round,
Yeah,
where he's going to be very like on and off. I feel like Wiseman's going to be solid.
I think that it kind of has to be, when I'm thinking about rookie of the year, a player who's on a team where there's like no
Competition.
no competition.
Yeah, yeah.
And I mean, the Hornets do have some competition now, especially
That's
with
true.
Gordon.
Right.
I mean, Gordon obviously in Boston. shared the
Terry,
ball a lot, but then they
Devontae,
have
LaMelo.
Devontae too.
You think they'll
So,
deal one of those guys?
I think Terry's
Maybe Terry.
Terry
They
might be
wouldn't-
gone.
I don't think they get rid of Devontae. But I think that he could definitely get it. James
Mhm.
Wiseman, I think, has too much around him.
Scott, please leave.
I had
Excuse
it on
yourself.
because I was queuing up a soundboard.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Respect.
And then same with Anthony Edwards. I feel like he won't get the volume
anybody.
right away. And I feel like you kind of need that boost from like the beginning of the season.
Right.
Like look at Kendrick Nunn, where he had like a really great beginning of the
Yeah.
year, and then
Tough
really didn't do
bubble.
much
Tough
in the bubble, and even before the bubble, they stopped
Yeah.
playing him a little bit. But he was still seen as a rookie of the year candidate.
Right. Well, his numbers were pretty good too.
Yeah. But I think it comes from like the beginning of the season.
Is
What
it
do
all
you do?
narrative, Josh?
Yeah.
What about
Is it all narrative? The answer is no, not for rookie of the year.
I think
Oh.
LaMelo has a similar season
Actually,
to Draw.
I take that back. Kendrick Nunn should not have been up there. No, I take that one back.
Okay.
what about ain't no stopping Obi Toppin?
I like Obi Toppin,
Did you just
dude.
come up with that?
No.
I was really
What's poppin', Obi Toppin?
He could definitely
I just came up with that.
be rookie of the year.
What's
Just based on
crack-a-lackin',
volume, like, who- they have
Obi tackin'?
literally no
Yeah,
keep
we got to
going.
stop this.
Josh,
we have to
keep it
stop
going.
this.
Um,
one.
Josh, what do you think of Obi Toppin?
That's Scott to say.
I said, "What's poppin', Obi Toppin?"
He said, "What's cracking, Obi Tackin?"
Oh, so I just
Keep it
choked.
going,
I'm
keep it
sorry.
going.
I already messed it up.
It's okay.
I think Obi Toppin wins. I mean, talking about like a guy that's volume that's going to play a lot of minutes. I feel like Obi Toppin has to be in that discussion. I like Patrick Williams is a weird one to
No,
me.
I don't like him.
At
I think that
4.
might be the worst pick in the draft by far.
And like, I feel like those are like the only kind of people that really we could like actually predict
Right.
to win rookie of the year. When you go down, like
Devin
it's like on
Vassell,
teams
dude.
that aren't gonna get like.
I feel like the Spurs in Devin Vassell could get a shot in like in Pop's system, like shooter type.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like him as like a sneaky under the radar kind of guy. And he's in San Antonio. Like he'll probably put up like good numbers and no one will talk about him.
That'd be a weird system.
Yeah,
Like
I don't know what the Spurs are doing exactly right now. They're kind of in between rebuild and
Lonnie Walker for MVP.
aging
I think they're
stars.
just gonna slowly get worse and worse until they are in the lottery.
Yeah.
Top
Are there
three.
any-
You'll end up
Any
seeing.
players that didn't play last year that are still eligible for rookie of the year?
Let's see.
I don't know.
Probably nobody notable.
Yeah, nobody notable.
You don't
I
know.
can think of any.
There's a guy that went 16th to the Magic. But like
Who?
on
He's not. I don't think anyone like that is gonna win.
it's Chuma Okiki.
But if we're gonna actually talk about
Yeah. No thanks.
people who like a Kendrick Nunn kind of player would be Miles Powell
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
to the Knicks.
Mm-hmm. I could see
Now
it.
I could also see the Knicks like screwing up with him.
Yeah, I mean
and
they
not playing him at all.
don't have a great track record for player development.
Yeah.
Or anything
Alonzo
for that matter.
Trier is. What is he? Nets now?
I don't even know.
I thought he signed during the bubble with a team that wasn't in the bubble.
Marcus Howard.
He's not even on a team right now.
Yeah. So Alonzo.
Marcus Howard?
No, sorry,
Oh.
Alonzo Trier.
I like him a lot too. Unfortunate. Kevin Knox though, like that's it turns into a wasted pick.
If Precious gets minutes in Miami.
Yeah, Precious is.
Precious
Precious was the
is
guy that I was
Precious.
high on if he was coming to the Celtics, but
Mhm.
realistically, I'm not too high on him anymore.
I think that the biggest steal of the draft is actually, and I don't know why he went.
Pat
Tell
Williams.
me why. Was he hurt? Vernon Carey?
Oh no, Vernon Carey
yeah,
just
he
like
dropped.
sucked.
He averaged 17 and 10 in college, which is very rare.
Yeah, he's like,
That's true.
I think he's just like
'Cause-
smaller and fat.
He is 6'10", so he definitely is a little bit smaller,
Nothing
but he's
wrong
not
with
like.
some girth.
I mean, look at.
He's on Charlotte. He could get a shot.
Look
Yeah,
at
exactly.
who.
He should. He should probably start right away, right? Am I missing someone? Bismack?
Vernon Carey.
Cody
big
Zeller?
boy.
Is Cody Zeller still there?
Yeah, he is.
Cody Zeller will
yeah.
probably to start then, based on.
Vernon Carey.
Yeah. PJ
6'10",
Washington.
270.
But as a center,
Oh well.
is Vernon Carey a center?
They
Or is
have
he
him
power
listed as a
forward?
power forward, but
I think he's both. I think he's
can
like
play
a.
both.
He's a
PFF,
center.
PFC.
6'10", 275.
it's beefy.
Freight train.
I could see it. I like Desmond Bain to Memphis could be interesting too. That's TCU. Who are we talking about? Oh, Josh, we're talking about TCU guys.
But what's the ceiling on that point guard from North Carolina? Because he went
Cole Anthony. Brian loves him.
No.
What pick did he go?
I hated Cole Anthony. I thought he could be good in college, and then he was hurt
He was
a lot.
trash in college
Yeah.
after when he came back. But maybe that's why.
Is that going to be? Wait a minute. Giannis was 15. Celtics took Kelly before Giannis.
Stop.
Neesmith is right before Cole Anthony.
Stop.
Is Cole Anthony next Greek
Hopefully,
freak?
Neesmith is the biggest steal.
Cole Anthony still averaged 18 and 5. 18, 5.7 and 4.
Yeah.
35 minutes of playing. It's pretty good.
Think about it a lot. Like Greek freak merchandise is so weird. Like
'Cause it's
you go
offensive.
through the Nike
What are you
store
laughing
and
about?
it just says freak with a Nike check.
You better hit us
That's
with
gotta be
something.
ironic.
It's all part of the brand.
Wah wah wee wah.
Let me put it in a language you can understand.
Yo,
Bean movie reference.
I got a soundbite for my guy LaMelo Ball out there. This is LaMelo Ball. All right, in context of how much pressure is on his shoulders as the last Ball brother, the only one who gets to make his father proud. Here it goes.
You're trying to say LaMelo's gonna kill his dad?
All right.
LeVar Ball,
Tell me that's not
murder threat. That'd be a
no. It's about his chances of actually succeeding.
Does he do? Does he?
That's the wrong soundbite.
Wow.
I'm so sorry.
You just listened to another episode of the Baller Scholar podcast.